Hey guys, this will be a minimal cueing kettlebell slash body weight class. We're going to do 20 reps on the kettlebell followed by 10 push-ups in between. Very quick warm up here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Grounding into your space. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, side bend, lateral, climb the rope. Reach a little higher each time, bending the body side to side as you stretch up towards the sky. This time lingering a moment longer from side to side. Let's inhale, arms up. Exhale, good morning. Halfway fold, arms back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms reach behind you. Find length from tailbone to crown of the head and down the back of the legs as well, and the hamstrings. Keep going up and flat back down. Toy soldier kicks, opposite fingers to toes, gentle twist through the spine. Elongate that leg and arm. Side to side lunge, Skandasana lunge from side, working that ankle mobility, hip flexor, finding a deep side lunge as low as you can go. Maybe you start to get a little deeper with each one as those inner thighs and groin and ankle flexion wake up here. Last set to your right and left, and come into a forward fold. Wide legs, let your head hang heavy, allow gravity to take over, lift the tailbone, engage the quads, shake the head yes and no. I'm gonna add a twist here, lift your arm up to sky, stacking shoulders, and then bend the elbow, wrap around the back body as you twist and spiral upwards, switch. Other arm lifts up, stack shoulders, keep the hips square. Wrap that hand behind your back and allow the shoulder to open as you spiral upwards. Release that. Counter stretch on the wrist. Take the back of the hands down. Rock it out a little bit in all different directions. Bend the knees if you have to get down there. And we're going to get started. Blink the fingers out. Any last movements you want to do before we pick up the kettlebell? We're going to start with our 20 deadlifts to begin. Flat back, engaged core. You can count reps if you'd like, or just try and keep my pace, and it doesn't really matter if you get exactly 20. Go ahead and get started. Again, either counting or just finding a nice pace, getting as many reps as you can while I'm doing deadlifts. We're going to follow each 20 reps with the kettlebell with 10 push-ups to begin, and then we'll change that to 10 sit-ups. Last one, moving on to 10 push-ups, chest to bell, elbows 45 degrees, whip out 10 reps. You can do these on the knees if you need to. Just think about really strong body, strong shoulders, strong core. Stand back up, 20 single leg deadlifts. So you'll do 10 per side here. Opposite foot stretches back as you maybe tap the ground with the kettlebell. Be sure to keep a nice flat back, strong core, straight hanging arm. Switch. Count out your 10 reps. Drop into your 10 push-ups. And back to your feet, 20 kettlebell swings. You're going to hike the kettlebell back and hip thrust to lift and swing that bell. Keep the arms straight, flat back. Ooh, almost hit my dog. That was scary. Hopefully you're playing some nice music through this. It got pretty intense at times. Started easy, gets harder. 10 push-ups. Back up. 20 curtsy kettlebell swings. You're going to pass the kettlebell from side to side as you curtsy lunge. Pick up the kettlebell in one hand, curtsy the other leg back. Get a little bit of momentum, swing it, and then go back and switch hands, traveling laterally. The leg that curtsies behind is the opposite leg that you're passing the kettlebell to. That was 20 for me. Come down for your 10 push-ups. Keep that form strong. You can always come down to the knees if you need to, but it's just 10. You can do it. Next up, we're going to do a clean to a side lunge at the same time. So you're going to pick up the weight, rack it over the forearm as you side lunge from side to side. Take a moment, maybe a sip of water, towel off. All right, grab the weight with your right hand and then step to the right laterally down the mat for your quick lunge. Come back and switch. Left hand clean, left side lunge. Keep alternating. Take up space on your mat. Bend the knee that you're stepping towards and then bring it in and switch hands. Clean is you're sweeping that weight around your forearm in one swift movement. Keep a flat back and a strong core to protect your back. Awesome job. That was 20. Go ahead and do your 10 push-ups. Last time here, and we're going to change up the push-ups to sit-ups. Great work. You can hang out in a down dog or a forward fold for a couple breaths, releasing any tension through the neck and the spine. And then ragdoll up when you're ready. Take a moment. We're going into suitcase lunges. So you might take a quick break, water, towel, walk around. Suitcase lunges are your opposite hand with the bell and leg lunge back at the same time. When you step forward, you switch hands. Just remember, opposite kettlebell hand and leg, swing back, switch at the front of you. It really makes sense once you get it, but sometimes it can be a little bit tricky if you haven't done it before. Here we go. Stand up. So kettlebell's in the right hand. My left leg's going to step back and go. Switch and keep alternating. Opposite hand and leg. Step back for a big 90 degree lunge. You got to really turn on the core so you don't go with the kettlebell, right? So your obliques are on. All right, now instead of push-ups, have a seat. You can wrap your feet around your kettlebell to kind of anchor you down. 10 full range sit-ups. Touch your toes or the bell. It's okay to use momentum to thrust those arms forward. Tuck the chin and drive on up. Count to 10. On your feet, squat to halo. The first 10, we're going to do that on 2 feet. The second set of 10, we're going to balance. So squat, halo around the head. Squat opposite way. 10 here with flat feet, shoulder width apart. And then on the next 10, we're going to try to balance on one foot and then the other. A little tricky to keep that balance. Just do the best you can. And if you're struggling with it, just do another set of these exact squat halos. So here I'm going to lift a leg and try to balance as I halo. It's pretty challenging. Fun way to add in a lot of core through instability. Awesome. Come on down for your 10 sit-ups. Come on up to your feet when you're ready. We have windmills up next, which is also the same as a triangle pose in yoga. You're going to clean and press the weight over the head, over your shoulder. Turn your hips one way and then start to tap down as low as you can get. Maybe you touch the floor. It's okay to bend the knees. Keep your shoulders and ribs stacked. It helps to gaze up at the kettlebell to keep that form. So 10 on one side, and then you'll switch. Try not to let the elbow sag. Elevate that shoulder, really lift that strong arm, strong lats down the sides of the back. Switch sides. Quick moment in between if you need it, or just go for it. Send the hip the opposite way, stack shoulders, gaze up. You can aim to touch the floor with your fingertips, even if you need to bend those knees. Or if that feels too intense, don't worry about actually touching the floor, just lower and lift. Great work. Back down for 10 sit-ups. All right, on your feet, we have a deadlift with a kettlebell row. Your elbow's gonna row right up your side. Pop your left heel up, pick up the kettlebell in your right hand. Take it down to a flat back, row, and then lift to stand. That's the move. Deadlift with an added row 10 times on this side. And then you'll switch to the left hand. Flat back, strong core, elbow rows right by your ribs, up high, down low, and stand. Switch. Awesome. Last one, come on down for your 10 sit-ups. Back on those feet, we have a push press and lunge at the same time. So clean and rack the weight on the right side, and then the left foot steps back as you push press. Here we go. Lunge press, 10, 9, 90-degree knees again. That opposite arm can be out just to help you with balance. Strong shoulder press, strong legs. When you rack that weight, the thumb should be right by your chest. And then switch sides. Back down for your 10 sit-ups. This is the last time. And then we'll change up the abs a little bit. We're getting close to the end here, so push yourself. And as always, you can repeat this class maybe 2 times through for a longer and more intense workout. But if 20 minutes is all you have, this is a good one. All right, so before we go into our next one, take a moment. I know I needed a little bit of a stretch and some water. So take a little moment to do whatever you need to do. And then we're gonna take a high swing to a squat swing. So it'll be high, low. All right, if you're ready, let's go. Hike it back, swing it high, swing it down as you sit in your imaginary chair. High, squat low. swing high, squat, sit. So I did 10 and I'm taking a quick second and I'm gonna do my second set of 10. You don't have to stop if you don't need to. My ring was bothering me, so I slipped it off. All right, great job. Come on down. We're gonna do kettlebell Russian twists instead of the full range sit-ups we were doing before. That last one was quite intense, so take a couple breaths. And then we're gonna pick up the kettlebell and drive it from hip to hip. Feet can be elevated here or down for a modification. Here we go. We're going side to side, 20 singles. So 10 complete twists. All right, take your time to finish up and take a moment just to rest before we go into our next exercise, which will be side plank hip dips. Quick little All right, to set up, come into side plank, spread the fingers under the shoulder, lift the hips, top hand grabs onto the kettlebell, top foot is resting down in front of the bottom, and you're slicing the hip down and up. Shoulders push down, sink hips, lift hips using the core and that bottom shoulder. 10 here, and then we'll switch sides. All right, come into regular plank and hold there for a couple breaths before we switch. Protract the shoulders, tuck the tailbone, firm belly, firm quads. And turn into your other side. Top hand grabs the kettlebell, dip the hips and lower. That top foot, you can step on it. Sink and lift. Sink and lift. Count 10. Feel those obliques. Strong bottom shoulder. Nice. Come into dolphin. Forearms down like a down dog on the forearms. Strong shoulders, chest towards toes, tailbone towards sky. Knees can be bent if needed. Take some breaths here. Relax the neck. My dog just moved my phone. Here's a little optional supported headstand if you want to take it there. It's barely any weight on the top of the head. My shoulders are pressing down. My elbows are under my shoulders. I'm just hanging out upside down for fun. Come on back. Hold a forearm plank now. So if you were in dolphin, walk your feet back, forearm plank. Elbows under shoulders, tuck the tailbone, firm belly, firm quads. Deep breathing as we hold these shapes. Bring yourself onto your booty for a boat pose, Navasana, V-sit hold. Hold it here. Reach those legs towards the sky. Try to straighten out the spine. Nice deep breaths. Again, as you really engage the core and the hip flexors to lift. Now, low boat. Ground down through the sacrum. Hold it. Fight for it. Shoulder blades are off the mat. You're hovering here. Now a hovering plow. Swing the feet over the head and use the core to hold it there. The neck should not be bothered. Chin away from chest. Using your core to hold those legs over the head and lift the hips up high. Make your way into bridge pose. Elevate the heels and hold. So just holding poses, using your strength isometrically, engaging, breathing, 10-second holds. Now long boat, heels down, legs almost straight, keeping the hips elevated, squeezing the booty and hamstrings. Regular bridge, feet under knees, flat feet. Imagine drawing the knees towards one another to turn on inner thighs. Release that, ground down through the low back and hover the legs about 6 to 8 inches off the mat. This time your head is down. You can bring your hands to your quads. Hold those legs as low and strong as you can. And tuck the knees into the chest. Wrap yourself up in a little ball. Some quick stretches. Feel free to linger longer than I'm doing. We're going to do a quick spinal twist. Drop your knees one way, look in opposition. Drop your knees the other way, look in opposition. Tuck the right knee into the chest, left leg long and active. And then straighten out the right leg. Grab onto the hamstring. Left knee into chest, right leg long. Straighten the left leg out, pull the legs in opposition. Come on up to a malasana, yogi squat on your feet, pry the knees apart, and then side stretch here. Shoulder to inside of the knee, drop your head, shake it out, pushing against your opposite inner thigh and ankle. Maybe the top hand reaches up and back. Same thing on the other side. Press through that inner thigh. Let your head hang heavy, ear to shoulder. Nod. Breathe. Top hand can lift, maybe tap your opposite shoulder, elbow high. And drop into a forward fold, allowing gravity again to take over, stretching the hamstrings, the spine, neck. Shake it out. Yes and no. Maybe bind the hands behind the head at the base of the neck to create a little more space. And then ragdoll yourself up. Take a couple little flushing spine bows. Cactus, heart to sky. Exhale, flush, take your bow. Inhale, cactus, heart to sky, gentle back bend. Retract those shoulders, and then exhale, sweeping forward fold. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know how it went. I'll see you soon.